know how many times I've been driving down the freeway and I have this flash of inspiration and then I go, oh, I know the solution to all of my problems. I just need to give up fried food once and for all. I'm a changed man. That's it. No more. And then I get 2 exits down the freeway and I see a fast food joint that I like, and before I know it, I'm like pulling out of the drive-thru with french fries in my mouth. As you take on letting go of old habits and creating new ones, one of the things that works is to really understand the anatomy of habits and how it is that they work. In his book, The Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg, he introduces the concept of the habit reward loop. There's 3 parts to the habit reward loop: the cue or the trigger, then there's the routine, and then the reward. So the cue can either be an internal experience or something external in your environment. Then there's the routine. The routine is usually the thing that we usually think of as being the habit itself. Going to the refrigerator, getting out the pint of ice cream, and eating the ice cream, right? And then the reward is the thing that has us keep going back and performing the routine. It's like the what do we get out of performing that routine. So in the My Habits coaching curriculum, one of the things that we do is take time to explore, unpack, poke around at all of the different types of cues that trigger a particular routine. So the idea is that if you can get a deep understanding of all of the different aspects of the things that cue the routine, well then you can prepare for it, right? You can tweak your external environment to eliminate temptations or eliminate distractions. You can practice mindfulness or self-inquiry and deeply think about the internal cues that you experience, so that when those things present themselves, things like anxiety or boredom or upset or frustration, that you can practice seeing and observing those things, pausing, taking a deep breath. So Nir Eyal is the author of these 2 really great books, Indistractable and Hooked. I really recommend them. And one of the ideas that he talks about with regard to mindfulness and urges and impulses is to surf the urge. And he talks about a 10-minute rule, so that if you have an urge that comes up, right, like some sort of, internal cue that makes you want to jump onto social media or, respond in an angry way to a text message or an email, that you wait 10 minutes and you kind of surf that urge, you explore, you go like, okay, what is this urge about? And is the impulse that I have the best way to deal with that urge, right? Like maybe you don't need to do anything, or maybe there's another action for you to take that would more richly satisfy your commitment and what it is that is really important to you. But you gotta pause. In surfing the urge, you ask the question, well, I wonder what's underneath that, or where does that come from? Or, maybe what you're experiencing doesn't even have anything to do with the external cue itself. Maybe you're just hungry, or you need a nap, or, it might not have anything to do with what you think it does. So if you pause and you take a deep breath, you might see something about that cue that you hadn't seen before. And in doing so, discover an even more productive and powerful routine to satisfy the urge or the craving that cue presents. So it takes dedicating some time, long before you ever end up in a situation where an external or an internal cue might present itself. Some real thinking and reflection can make a real difference in terms of your ability to respond and take a new action when all of those old cues show up. In future videos, we'll talk about other parts of the habit reward loop, the routine, the reward, and how you can use all of that information to make lasting change in your life. Thank you.